Hello and welcome to the part second of this examination. As we have discussed in the previous part uh, about MCQs, short answer time, long answer time. Now, if you recall from the previous slide, I was mentioning that we need to check certain settings. Now, as such, what we have done is we have created a question paper. Now, in order to retrieve that question paper once again back, what you need to do is you need to click over here, and then after that, if you can see over here, there is one entity called as Forms, Google Forms. Once you click on this Forms, you will be taken to a page wherein all your question papers that you have created will be displayed. Now, if you check out in the recent, I'm having this midterm examination. The time I click on this midterm examination, I'm able to see question paper that we had created. As mentioned earlier, I need to change certain settings. So what I'll do is I'll click on settings, and once you see this general option over here, it will be showing select email address because I need their email addresses also, whosoever is opting for the exam. Second is the time you check this particular option, by default, this particular option will be checked. But if it is checked, then there will be a problem. People whom are having scostkashmir.ac.in ID will be able to opt for this examination, others won't be able to. Therefore, we need to uncheck this. So this is checked means now people will not be allowed. Therefore, you need to uncheck it. Second, it is limit to one response because students cannot give five or six or seven responses. So they need to give only one response. In that particular fashion, we need keep this checked. Number one, I'll repeat it. Number one, we need to click on collect email addresses. Number two, we need to uncheck this users in Scotch Kashmir and its organization. We need to remove this because students are using Gmail account or any other email account. Then limit to one response needs to be mentioned. Then there is one more option, respondent scan means those students can edit after submit. No, we don't need to do that. Can see the summary of charts and text responses, that's not required. So we need to be very focused over here. Collect email address, uncheck this restrict to users, check this limit to one response, and then after that edit after submit should be unchecked because we should not allow students to edit their answers after they submit their answers. This is the first component. Second component is presentation. Now here, once you click on this show progress bar, student, once he will opt for an examination, it will show the progress bar as he is progressing. 1%, 10%, 20%, whatever it is. Then third component is uh, sorry, the presentation will have by default a message, confirmation message over here. I have written this confirmation message. Your answers have been recorded and you will be intimated about the results soon. You can put any message, whatever you like. The message will be given to the student once he is clicking on the submit button. Then third component is quizzes. See, make this quiz as leave it. It will be by default. Do remember this thing. This is very important. This particular option over here is release grades. The time a student clicks on submit button, he should not be given the answers because you need to check it. Therefore, this one should not be checked. Rather, what should be done? This one needs to be checked, where it is mentioned later after manual review. That means once you will manually review it, only a person should be able to get results. Second option over here is what you need to see is once you go for all these settings, you need to save it. Now you have saved. But if you see, there are two options. One is questions, one is responses. Once you click on responses, you will be getting all those responses that you have sent, you will be receiving that. Now, what we need to do is if you uncheck this, it means nobody can give a response. Let's suppose your examination is on 10th of April. So therefore, once you create this questionnaire, you will check this, uncheck this. Means you will not allow anybody to appear in the exam. Now you have mentioned 10th of April at 10:30, there will be a midterm examination. So at 10:30, once you uncheck this, then only a student will be able to appear in exam. Let's suppose you are giving 1 hour or one day you are giving complete to the students to apply. appear in this exam, or 1 hour or 2 hour, whatever it is. Once that time limit is done, you will open this again and you will uncheck this. So it means if 20 students have appeared in the exam, only those 20 responses will be available with you. Rest of the students, they won't be able to give responses. So this particular button over here, if it is in this particular shape, it means any student can submit a response at this particular point of time. But if you uncheck this, now a student won't be able to give a response. Second, this will also give you an idea that how many people have received an email, and how many have not submitted their responses. What is the score of a student? This will give you the complete summary once a student is submitting a response. Now, as we have completed this, I'll just give a recap. We need to go to the settings. We need to change this general settings. We need to uncheck this. Then presentation, what has been discussed. Then quizzes, we need keep it out later after manual review. Once this all is saved, then after that, you need to go for responses, wherein you need to uncheck this based on your own understanding. Now, before we move further, let's again recheck it that whether we have done it correctly or not. If everything is done correctly, then what we can do is, as I have already mentioned, this is automatically saved. Therefore, I'll again go back to my class. Now, what I have done is I have added one more student. There are two students assigned to it. So one has received a mail, one needs to be sent. I have created one more, so I can send the link directly to him, like ASWOFOFY at scostkashmir.ac.in. I'll just click on send. So it means two students have received an email wherein they are supposed to give their responses. Now, what we will see is those two students, once they submit their responses, what will be the responses criterion, or how we can get the responses over here. Now, let's move towards the Google Classroom, wherein I'm having two students who have been assigned. The midterm examination is over here. Let's go to the student's ID. Now let me check it out. I have received this. This is the student ID. Now he'll just click on fill out the form. So now this time a student is appearing in the examination. We have kept it as it is, wherein a student can appear in an examination. A student will receive this. He will write his email ID. Let's suppose I am writing mmkirmani@gmail.com. I'm giving this as magnetic ink detector reader. I'm giving this as internet service provider. And this MCQ question 3. Let's suppose I'm saying answer 2, though it is incorrect. I'm saying answer 2. Now see, short answer type, I'm writing anything over here, whatever you like. Let's suppose I'm writing the quick fox jumped over the lazy dog. And if I keep on copying this so that I can see how it works, see, this is the beauty of writing in paragraph, so that a student will be able to edit anywhere, wherever he would like. Now, if I'll write this answer here as well, and I will write this answer here as well. Once I finish it, I have to click on submit. Now the time I click on submit, now check it out, I'll get a message. That message will be your answers have been recorded and you will be intimated about the results soon. So therefore a student has appeared in an exam.